What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Welcome back. Welcome back. Not gonna lie, I almost didn't go on again today. Let me get this straightened out. I didn't sleep last night, so I was about to just pack it in and go to sleep, but I said, no, the show must go on. The show must go on. I was all up all night working on something important. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But welcome everybody to the show. We're about to get this thing started. Got a number of topics. Yes, I'm going to be talking about that thing that I didn't want to touch on. The whole band maybe making 1 million on OnlyFans. Going to be touching on that, and going to be piggybacking on a few other conversations that was going on in the manosphere. So strap on in. Let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, good people? Back in the building. As I said in the pre-show intro, a brother is tired. I didn't even get no sleep last night. A brother is tired. But the show must go on. I ain't missing 2 days in a row. Not 2 days in a row. Shout out to everybody that make it in bright and early before we even get things started here. Appreciate all of you for coming on in. Omega Dreads Gaming Channel in the building. It says all genders like women. So did I miss a part of this story? Because I see multiple people saying women are simps too. Did I miss a part of this story? Is some evidence that there are women that contributed to that 1 million in 6 hours? Let me know if I missed a part of the story. No, Death Racer 225 ain't got nothing to do with that. That's funny though. Logan JJ said, "Are you tired or tired?" Oh man. What he saying? Women. He said it just ain't men, my bro. So I'm trying to figure out. Did I miss a part of this story? Say just stay me. And I know women. Hold on. I gotta skip to the bottom. Shout out to everybody. I see good comments coming in the bottom. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody. The early birds. Logan JJ says 1 million in 6 hours. I think it says that men are just as gullible as women, if not more. Supply and demand plus marketing. LOL. Shout out to Deacon Dave. Shout out to Excalibur, Evron McCray, Xander with a Z, Death Racer. All right, let me get back down here to the conversation. Had to hurry up and catch up with the conversation. Pablo Fresco Bar says, this is why I'm pro tricking. They out here giving away money to women to do nothing. No, you're going to give me some fruit emoji. Yeah. Right on. Right on. Bring on the tricking. If you got an OnlyFans budget that you certain amount you spend on OnlyFans per month, if that amount add up to $40, you might as well put some money on the nightstand. Let's do some math real quick. Math time. Let's do some math. Let's go to school and do some math, because I looked up and it said that she charges $23.99. Hold on. LOL. Hey Bernard. DJ Cuda coming in hot. DJ Cuda coming in hot. He says, LOL. Hey Bernard, watch all the people that were pro tricking backtrack on today's show right on time with the information I was telling you the other day. Look, the chat room be clowning. And what I say, they be clowning, but what I mean today specifically with the clowning is that, yes, you will go on one person show, and I've been watching this, over the last few days. You'll see somebody in one person's chat room and they just rooting and cheering. Yeah, that's right. Straight facts, 100 emojis all over the place. And then that same person will go to another person's chat room with a completely different message. Yeah, straight facts, 100 emojis, dropping 100 emojis all over the place. Super chat in agreement. So yeah, you can't. I don't know what to make of the chat room, but I'm careful to make sure I catch the same person doing it. I try to make sure I catch the same person. They be dropping them 100 emojis all over the place. Yeah. My position stays consistent. I don't trick personally. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. But I don't see the major problem. But I can hear out the arguments. But I can't go all the way. If a man got to do what a man got to do. Shout out to Eamon Perry with the Everybody's Tricks. I heard a stream by I listened to a stream by Max City Limits. I'm going to try to reach out to him actually, where I was only looking at the tricking from the perspective of the person who has a really hard time getting some ass the normal way. He just has difficulty with it, putting in that work, putting in that that effort. When I was listening to him, I was listening to somebody who he understands game. He understands the game. He broke it down from a time versus money thing. His time was more important. He didn't mind parting ways with $100 versus the pursuit of peace leave. To paraphrase him horribly, but that's more or less what I think he was trying to say. Or what I think he was saying. But yeah. But that was a interesting conversation. Either way. Mr. Shane Bitch is in the building. He says this is more simping than tricking. Oh yes. Oh, definitely. That's more or less what Pablo was saying when he was pointing out that this is why I'm pro tricking, because dudes are out there simping on OnlyFans for a woman that you will never get to see, feel, touch, or you won't even get to sniff her hair or nothing creepy. You won't even get to smell her dirty socks or whatever you're into. You won't get to do none of that. But I said we was going to school doing a little bit of math. I do some quick maths. $1 million divided by 23.99. Holy crap. That is approximately 41,684 cents. Because that's how much our OnlyFans costs. $23.99 per month. I read that in an article. I didn't go to her OnlyFans and find out how much it costs. I read it in an article. I don't do the OnlyFans thing. I don't do the OnlyFans thing. Oh man, but it's a shame Rich is in the building. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick math. Shout out to those of you who know what that is. Somebody said they bet Platinum was in there. I would bet on that one as well. I would bet on that one as well. Are you or will you ever start an OnlyFans? No. Pablo Frescobar says, that's how I feel about smoking weed. I don't do it, but if others want to, I'm cool with it. Yeah. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Osworld 123 in the building early, bright and early with a super chat. Shout out to a couple new Patreons that I gotta look up. I gotta put your name in lights when I get around to it. Gotta put your name in lights sooner or later. But make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. We got 156 people in the building, only 42 on the likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get this thing started. I didn't plan on coming right in talking about the OnlyFans situation. That's just crazy and beyond my understanding. When I do get on that, we're going to talk about how not just a white girl pulled that off, but a ratchet white girl. The catch me outside chick. And I'm about to be talking about some of you. Like the brothers who, that's their lane. They mess with ratchet black women. And so when they do mess with white girls, the white girls that's kind of in their lane are also ratchet white girls. If that's your lane, that's your lane. But ain't nothing. A white girl that act black. Well, not just a white girl that act black. A white girl that act like the worst type of black girl. That's the biggest turnoff ever. So I'm borderline assuming that white guys ain't turned on by a white chick that act black, because white guys, when they get with black girls, they get with black girls that tend to act white. Now, some would argue that they go through a metamorphosis and start acting white for the white guy, but anyway, that's another story. But see, here's the point. My suspicion can't prove it that it's mostly black men that made up that 41,000 people who purchased her OnlyFans in a matter of 6 hours. My hypothesis that I can't prove is that it was mostly, or at least a high percentage, of black men. Osama Abdu, you and O-Man will average 1K live within the month. Yeah, one of our collaborations, one of the one-on-ones I did with the O-Man got me my highest views of 900 and was it 920 or 930? Y'all let me know if y'all remember. Highest views ever. And then when we did the last one, it got up to 800 something. So we're gonna be back at it tomorrow. And I got 2 things. I'll be on Saturday and Sunday too, so make sure that y'all looking out for that. Somebody just said give black men a little credit. Excalibur says give black men a little credit, Bernard. I'm just looking at the type of person who would be who would actually mess with a white girl that acts black and just have a ratchety disposition. I'm assuming that that's not white guys. So I'm assuming a high percentage of her fans, and by fans I mean her OnlyFans monthly subscription buyers, I'm assuming a high percentage of them are black. Somebody said foreigners. Omega Dress says, yeah, give black men credit. Banks don't work. Somebody is saying the Wiggers came through. The Wiggers came through and ran up the score on Bad Baby's OnlyFans. Do that Whoa Vicky chick got an OnlyFans? Some of you Negroes gonna be over there checking out Whoa Vicky? Man. Let me wait a minute before I get into that. Yeah, Roastmaster, I can't stand the Wiggers. I can't stand the I forgot his name. DJ Pope. You know the dude that it seemed like a DJ Pope and a Whoa Vicky type of white chick would be would be a perfect couple. Would be a perfect couple. But anyway, somebody else sent a super chat that I think I missed. Shout out to Osama Abdu. I read yours. Deacon Dave in the building says Tommy S does his biz on OnlyFans. I can't knock that. I can't either. He asked me, would I do it? And I said, no. But unfortunately, when Tommy was on Fantastic, when Tommy came on Fantastic's channel, somebody started dropping the link for all of his links where you can click. He got like 1,000 YouTube channels, so you can see all of his links. And in the midst of those links was the link to his only, well, not even his OnlyFans stuff. I mean, there's some stuff. He got some stuff on P Hub in X videos, and the links was there. And don't, I mean, click on them if you want to. But I will say this. But let me just go ahead and say this is the funny part. I'll talk about the funny part. Curiosity kills the cat, so I was curious to see what the chicks look like. I'm sorry, I clicked on it. I'll admit that. Don't judge me. But the funny part came was when I clicked on the X videos link. Is right there where he shoot his show. It was a chick riding him. I was like, what the I was like, you just go do it right there. I was like, you gonna make a mistake and upload that on YouTube. And so don't click on it. Don't click on it. But yeah. And don't judge me either. But here we go. What was I doing? But no, I can't knock that. The amount of money that he said he make per month doing that, I can't knock it. I can't knock it at all. If he was banging ratchet chicks anyway, or not ratchet, whatever kind of chicks he banging, he was banging HOs anyway. He might as well get paid to do it. Mr. Shane Vidges in the building says, I live in Florida. There are a lot of white pookies. Shout out to Little Big Nate. Says salute and congratulations on the great numbers. Thank you very much for that. Me and you about due for another duo, another one-on-one. Little Big Nate. Ty City, check your email. E. Capone in the building. He says, I wish I would give some lady online $1 million. Well, no, you just only would have to give her $23.99. You don't got to give her the whole $1 million, just $23.99 for a monthly subscription to Whoa Vicky, I mean Bad Baby's badge. You'll get to see the badge of Bad Baby. I keep trying to get into another topic, but do you Negroes think that the factor of, and I hate to say this, do y'all think the factor of her doing it right when she turned 18, the novelty of her going from illegal to legal overnight just made, oh, I gotta hurry up and get there. Like I hope that ain't what drove the numbers. Like dudes just sitting there waiting for her to turn 18. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody said yes. And Perry said yes. Other people, other votes coming in. Yes, that's what drove the numbers. But why? Shout out to Little Big Nate says, absolutely. How about next week? I'll hit you up. Definitely. Pick the day. Well, yeah, they would have had to been lusting after her before this. Because he's saying there were dudes lusting after her before this. They would have had to been. And that's the, oh shoot, she 18. Oh shoot, she got OnlyFans. And dudes just go running in droves. I mean, I see how people can just look at her and just say, okay, she's not facially unattractive. I can say that. She's facially attractive, I guess, but just that ratchety disposition, that's the last thing I'm attracted to is a white chick that act black. I can't do it. The legal age for some, I think you mean countries, are like 15 or 16. Well, I live in Michigan. Legal age of consent in Michigan is 16. So that's and that's weird that legally in some states, 45-year-old guy, long as he's not like her school teacher or her employer, or long as he doesn't have any type of position of authority over her, yes, some 45-year-old man can literally date a high school junior. So that's yeah. Emmett Perry says most states it is 16 to 17. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. When I saw those numbers go wild like that, I was hoping that it wasn't just the 18-year-old factor. She just got legal, but technically she been legal. Okay, she just got legal for you to see it online. Put it like that. But it's like, there's a percentage out there that they want it close to illegal as possible. Put it like that. I looked it up before the show, Jay Presidente, and she is 18. He's asking how old she is. She's 18 and 11 days. 18 years, 11 days. So, yeah. And shout out to Soul Mechadon, aka Jedi Mac, says, get the likes up. Get the likes up. And Roastmaster 1, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate that. Appreciate you coming through on the Cash App end. The other topic I wanted to get into that y'all won't let me get into is, okay, Kevin Samuels did a show talking about how important is it for a man to be good in bed. And I think the Broke Down Women did a follow-up. Well, I know they did because I was watching Game Changer, and Game Changer did a post-show response to it. And I think some of the men was arguing how it's not, shouldn't be that important. And then the chick said, okay, well then don't say nothing when she go. If you ain't putting it down right, then don't get mad at her when she go and get Pookie to do it. Don't get mad at her when she go and get with Pookie. And Game Changer rightfully said in his response video to it, he was like, yeah, don't get mad when you get left with Pookie. Don't get mad when you get stuck with Pookie. That was, I thought that was pretty funny, the way he put that. But moreover, it was an interesting conversation that was going on, and I'm divided on it because I do understand that they want to get off. I mean, I get it. So I mean, I understand, but I was actually shocked when I was listening to Kevin Samuels because he was having that conversation, and they could have been what's that new internet word that I claim I don't use, but y'all got me using it. They could have been capping. But they was in there. A lot of them came through and said, well, no, it's not that important. If he's doing everything that a man is supposed to do, he protecting and providing and a good leader and this or that, the sex isn't all that important. I was like, I mean, for anybody that think Kevin Samuels is just selling out men because, he do a call-in show for women. Like recently, he's been talking women down from the ledge. Well, recently, he's been trying to get women to be, more understanding. If it's a high value man, he just said it's going to happen. Deal with it. But he said even for regular man, just have a baseline that it might happen. He's trying to get them to be more accepting of cheating, or just understanding that it doesn't have to be a full blown, absolute 100% relationship killer. It doesn't have to be nuclear to a relationship because some cheating took place. And he's also in the same week trying to get them to be okay with a guy who's not putting it down in the bedroom. He's trying to get them to be okay with the guy and accepting of the guy who's coming up short. Trying to get them to be accepting of the guy who's coming up short in the bedroom. So it's like, all right, hold on for one quick second, because still got the camera situation. Hold on, real quick. Y'all can still hear me, but I'm gonna sound slightly far away. So give me 1 second. Last time I did this, y'all remember I fell. Y'all couldn't see it, but y'all could hear it. I gotta hold on, let me fix my camera. All right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. But I'm like, I was like, man, he advocating for men a little too hard. He trying to get women, he in there 32,000 deep, what I'm assuming mostly women, or at least half women, trying to get them to be okay with some cheating and some bad sex. I'm like, man, be careful. You got a good thing going there. You're gonna mess around and lose your audience with that shit. I'm like, easy, Kevin. you advocating a little too hard now. I mean, that's you're gonna lose your audience playing around with that one. I was like, you're gonna lose that audience. But reality is, Tony Bass, he playing with fire. He need to separate shows like that. He can't go from the being okay or just understanding of something that I point out all the time, that mammals are not naturally monogamous. I mean, that's just reality. So it's a difficult task. I think we understand that. For a lot of people, male and female, it's a difficult task to be faithful because mammals are not naturally monogamous. So I think we understand that. I think we have a good general understanding of that. But men don't take it as well. And it's death count 3 when a woman cheats. Absolutely. Red sings the blues. I'll never understand guys paying to see a celebrity in the buff. Me either. Me either. Thank you for the super chat. Red sings the blues. Appreciate you. Is excuse me. Ann Bush in the building says a lot of people don't do certain things only because it's illegal. A lot of people don't do certain things only because it's illegal. If the government lowered the legal age to 12, some men will go that low. Shaking my head. That I don't believe. I think if you go that low, then there's okay. If the legal age of consent is, let's just say it's 18 in a state, and if it got lowered to 16, I think the guy who would smash an 18-year-old would still smash a 16-year-old. But that guy who would smash a 16-year-old, he won't drop to 12 unless he was already sick, twisted, and wanted to do it anyway. I think the law does not make you, because I mean that the law. I'm trying to say the words. The law won't make you a pedo. That's something that you either are or you're not. So no, I don't believe that. I do believe that for a lot of men, I'm not saying what's right or what's wrong, but I do think for a lot of men, when you in that 17 to 19 territory, you get real subjective. 16 to 19 for a lot of men, it get real subjective. Once you put it that low, no, like that's full blown kid. Like stop. No. Here, James Man says, "Speak for yourself, dude." Well, maybe he wasn't talking about himself. Maybe he's talking about other dudes. But then it is suspicious when somebody say that. It make you think that they talking about their goddamn self. But hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully Ann Bush is not talking about himself. But for real, yeah, that's no. They put it legally at 12. I think most men would protest that. I know I certainly would. What was I talking about? M. Perry says, Bernard, it used to be that low. They only raised it to 18 so the girl can graduate high school. You saying it used to be 12? Well, I do know once upon a time women were, I mean, I hate to bring up the color purple, but yeah, I think Celie got married off at 14. And Nettie, who was younger than Celie, was potentially going to get married off, but he didn't want to give her to Mr. Okay, so there it is. Tony Bay says it was 13 in the 1700s. So yeah, the further we go back, the lower that age was. So I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. What was I talking about? What the hell was I talking about? Ann Bush says, "No, I stop at 24 because it's my personal decision, even though 18 is legal." Now that's interesting. But you died at 40, LOL. And in more primitive times, what it took to be an adult in the world was a lot less. The notion that nowadays you have to graduate high school and in some cases graduate college and or pick up a trade. Like you're not really able to be a fully functional adult in this modernized, westernized society until you're 22, 23 sometimes. So that's why the Bible and the whole no sex before marriage thing, but you're not supposed to get married until you're a fully functional, capable adult. So how the hell does that play out? It's like it's going to just, I mean, I don't know. When you take old times and kind of try to compare it and put it with modern times, it gets weird. It gets goofy. I don't even know what to do with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I was about to talk about the uselessness of the female orgasm. Oh yeah, somebody's Andrew helping me out. You were talking about being good in bed. Ah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah. The female orgasm, yes, it's not necessary for child creation, but it increases the probability that the sperm will get to the egg if the woman does orgasm. So that's the only necessity for the female orgasm. It can help. It could pitch in a little bit. But it was somewhere else I was going before y'all rudely interrupted me. Yeah, Logan JJ, shots fired at the female orgasm. Shots fired. But no, it was somewhere else I was going. I'm mad. I told you about that sweet pea diabetes. Cut it out. Until we see you, so we can confirm whether or not you look like you got diabetes. Quit blowing all them kisses. Blowing all them kisses with the name Sweet Pea Diabetes. Death Rachel says Sweet Pea buying Bernard's OnlyFans. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. But yeah, I was talking about how. Well, no, I was all the way back talking about how he was actually trying to convince women that how he's been maybe effectively. We don't know if they capping or not, but yeah. You ain't got to stop. It's harmless. I just want to keep cracking that sweet. I want to milk out the sweet pea diabetes joke, but but no, he was getting at them. I could tell I'm sleepy because I can't remember shit. He was talking to them about being okay with the cheated thing. And I was about to talk about how when it comes to that and the sex thing, men seem to take a difference. Maybe not so much with the sex thing. The sex thing I kind of understand more. When it comes to male cheating versus female cheating, I've talked about this before. The physical act of sex, it's like a brutal pounding act. It's like a dude like you can't visualize another dude with your woman knees on the shoulders. It's like the intrusive act of sex from the male perspective going into the woman is like men can't take that. Men can't handle that. And it's an interesting conversation that's been going on, whether or not women, if the man has done everything else right, should she be okay with some cheating? Or if he's doing everything else right, should she be okay if the sex isn't quite as good? I'm actually divided on that one, whether or not. I mean, because this is how I think. I mean, yes, if you got a guy doing everything right for you, then yeah, you could bend a little bit in that department. But I do believe to some degree that if two people have sex enough times, they can learn each other to the point to where he should be able to give her some satisfaction. But if it's just not happening, if it just ain't working with that particular person, I mean, just like penises come in different shapes and sizes, so do vaginas. So I mean, it's so that that dude, for whatever reason, if he ain't hitting her spot, it's another woman out there who got a spot that he can hit. You know, it's kind of a weird thing. I mean, if you've had sex with enough women, you've had some women to there where, you know, after sex with you, they could take it or leave it. You had some women where it was the best thing that ever happened to them, and and you had some women where, you know, it was just good. It was all right. Some women you might be too big for. Some women you're not big enough for. Some women you're just right for. So I'm like, you could take the time and find that balance, that person that you just right for, even if it's just a small percentage of people out there that you're just right for. Just keep trying. You're gonna find the person. So it's like almost like you don't have to completely. I could understand a woman not wanting to completely settle in that department, But at the same time, see somebody mentioning blew out. I don't know if I believe in the well, I don't know. I want to get in there. I've talked about that before because I've messed with a chick that according to her, she's been around the block a few. She said she's been around blocks, not just been around the block a few times. She's been around blocks, and she had kids, and her stuff didn't feel blew out. I think either deep or you're not. I think most of them snap back. So I don't even know if the blew out thing is true. I just think it's just a simple fact that we know that she been out there wilding. So it's a used car. And if what you offering is, if what you offering is the equivalent of, the ability to purchase a new car, you don't want that old car. You don't want the used up car. You don't want the car that somebody been drag racing in and off-road mountain Kentucky Derby driving. I mean, you don't want that. Just because you know what it is. Malcolm Luther X the third says, shout out to Bernard. It means there's 41,000. I already did the math on that earlier. 41,667 confirmed simps out there. Sad part is there's way more out there. Absolutely. 1 million to view a used car. Men are pathetic. What? No. Well, she only 18, so it wasn't that used. Aha. She's 18, so it wasn't that used. But good conversations have been had about whether or not ladies should value the other things, put a higher premium on those things other than sex. Because with Black men, it is that added pressure. And Kevin Samuels was talking about this. It's that added pressure to perform, and you must perform well. If you some of y'all know about this, some of y'all don't. If you ever been fetishized by someone of a different race, oh yeah, they wanted that stereotype to be true. You got to deliver. You got to deliver. But an interesting point was made as how Black women fetishize us all the same. And why it turns into a thing that the Black guy who can do all the other things, who can protect and provide and do all the stuff that a man is supposed to do, and even willing to commit to you, well, you got to have that bomb diggity sex. They got to have that bomb diggity sex from a brother. It's like we got to be super nigga. That's just all to it. We got to be super nigga. Spiritual Logic, aka Hawk, in the building, says, salute Bernard. The weakness of males these days is disgraceful. The engine that propels feminism. Yeah, absolutely. Those. I hear a lawnmower. Somebody cutting grass already? The grass haven't even started to grow all the way back yet. Yeah, Goshen blocks. She's been around. I've been around the block a few times. She's been around blocks. She run the block. I don't understand it. With the dudes. I've been waiting for. Hold on, hey, I don't mind giving them the BBC. I'll take the hit on the stereotype. Oh no. We good with that stereotype. We good with that stereotype. It's just the point in the notion is, if you're just looking at it from on a broad scale, if a Black woman get with and marry an Asian dude, and let's just assume that somewhere on earth there's an Asian guy who married a Black woman somewhere. Okay, I'm joking. I know what happens once or twice. But if a Black woman actually get with an Asian dude, she's going to assess him like women normally assess men. Is he a good provider? Is she's gonna look at that. Is he competent? She's gonna look at what I say, those 3 C's: competent, character, willingness to commit. She's gonna look at that if she gets with an Asian guy. She's gonna look at that, examine that, and make a decision that's better for the overall long-term success of her future children, of the family, of the outcome. She's gonna make all those good decisions. But if it's a brother who's also competent, your dick game weak. That's how they do black men. We gotta be super nigga. I believe it in Kenya. We don't see that out here too much. We don't see that out here too much. Lord Commander. So if I pay a ticket to go to a football game instead of watching it on TV, does that make you a simp for the NFL? They are both selling entertainment. Let me make sure I read that again and understand it. So if you pay a ticket, if you pay a ticket to go to a football game instead of watching it on TV, does that make you a simp for the NFL? They are both selling entertainment. I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no. When my girl's friend found out I was black, guess the first question she asked? Yeah. Yeah. They fetishize it, but keep in mind, men don't care about being fetishized. We don't. Let me just make that very clear. We're not complaining. I'm not snowflaking about being fetishized. I talked about before how the offer was put on the table and I declined. I still had sex with the woman, but I found out after, when me and her was getting, en route, about to have sex, she was on the way. She had communicated with me that she has a guy, a white guy, who ARC actually be talking about this. It's called being a bull. That's the guy who has sex with the. You've seen it. You've seen it in adult films. Okay, you've seen it. The guy who's having sex with the woman and the husband is there in the room watching. That offer was put on the table. I declined. Me and that woman still had sex, but I declined. And yes, she was white, but I declined. And no. Even Perry asking, was she white? Okay, somebody, yeah, I know cuckolds and bulls. Yeah. Hell to the no, I didn't. I couldn't. I can't get it up with some weird dude sitting in the corner. But that offer was put on the table. Did she put money down? Oh no, the sex was free. Hell. Oh, you mean no, if they wanted to pay me to perform with him in the court? No, I still would decline. You can't pay me enough for that one. You can't pay me enough for that one. Too cool for school says, doing great work over here. Love when you bring Game Changer on. I love when Game Changer come on too. I was actually about to reach out to him for this topic, for the side note topic that's not in the title. The conversation that he was having over at the Broke Down Women's channel, and yeah, he was having he did a follow-up video to them. I started to reach out to him, but I was watching that late at night. He on the West Coast. It's kind of, I just like, it's kind of rude to ask Game Changer at the last minute, knowing it's 7:26 a.m. was like 6:30 a.m. when I came on the air. So I didn't want to ask him at the last minute. So, but no, I did want to get him to give his full synopsis and analysis on that panel and on that discussion, because I didn't listen to his whole show, and I really don't watch their show, but I did enjoy his response to it. Thank you for that super chat, though. Appreciate that. Deacon Dave says, okay, you're the first person to ever say that. Bring back Steve the Dean. Nobody said that. Y'all do not mess with Steve the Dean. Man, I got like 137 dislikes after that show. My dislikes ain't never been that high. Y'all know y'all do not mess with Steve the Dean at all. Oh, they clowning me? Bernard Steele, Bernard Slayer, Bernard Pipes. Bernard Michaels. And it's crazy. It's crazy with white chicks. I've met a total of 3 that was into that lifestyle where they Bernard Long. I met a total of 3 that was into that lifestyle where they literally said that they've done that. Said that they was with a white dude who liked them to have sex with black men. And they specifically wanted, they all described it exactly like this. The white dude specifically wanted the black man to come inside his woman, and then he wanted to follow up after that. It is some weird people out there. And I still don't know if if art imitates reality or reality is imitating the art. I don't know. But it is just some weird stuff going on out there. And I can't get jiggy with that. I can't get jiggy with that. Somebody is saying, Chief BD says, yeah, I had a couple try to recruit me for that too. Yeah, if you over 6 feet tall and dark and got some and kind of big, you liable to get propositioned for that at least once in your life. At least once in your life. I can't get jiggy with it. I can't. But we got 372 people in here and 146 on the likes. So now we got enough in here for me to officially ask so I can shame you Negroes. And I don't like to shame men for their sexual choices. But when we look at somebody like Bad Baby, who's a white girl who acts black, but acts like the worst type of black girl ever. She acts like the type of black woman that I'm not remotely attracted to. Is it some of you guys who get out of there, Little Big Nate? There's spoilers. That's your king. Yeah. Get out of there. I'm just trying to figure out, is this some, let me know in the chat if y'all are actually that guy who's attracted to a white girl who act black, who act like the worst type of black girl. Like, how is it even a market for that? How is it even a market for a ratchet white girl? There should be barely a market for a ratchet black girl, but I understand it. Hey, that's what you got to deal with. That's where you at. I've heard a few people say they prefer it, but to each his own. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Silent Lamont in the building says, Bernard said, nah. I wasn't going, man. I wasn't going. I don't get how there's Okay, you saying you would still bang. See, now I can go with that. If a ratchet white chick, you'll still hit it. I can go with that. But buying a $23.99 OnlyFans subscription for it, how is that possible? Like, that's what just been blowing my mind with this thing. I don't get how that's possible. That freaking Bad Baby can be that popular. No, I thought that was a I wasn't 100% sure what song that was. But I knew it was a song. But I didn't want to guess and sing it wrong or sing it in the wrong melody. The wrong yeah, I didn't want to do it the wrong way. But I wasn't 100% sure what song it was. Oh, see, I forgot that name even exists. Nope, on the Mud Shark. Get jiggy with it. Nah. Simps are us. Yeah, that's some hardcore simping. That is hardcore simping. The link in the chat because we like an hour in. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. I was perfectly okay with getting off the air early because, like I said, I didn't sleep last night. So I'm going to get caught up on some sleep. Is what the hell I'm going to do. But we can get this thing going, get a panel jumping off really quick. We can talk about either subject. The notion that women should not be as concerned about whether or not the guy is some sexual dynamite and putting it down in the bedroom if he's doing all the other things that are required of a man. We could talk about that. Or we could talk about this Bad Baby OnlyFans situation. But either one of those will do. Any one of those topics will do. Anybody can come up. It's freestyle open panel today. So come on up and let's go. Let's get it. Let me stop that share. Okay. Somebody says, Perfect Storm says, OnlyFans is for incels. I don't buy that for 1 minute. But without further ado, what do you know? We got Mumia Obsidian Ali in the building. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Bernard?
Another day at the office, another day. Tired day at the office, but still soldiering on through.
Yeah, I had a lot of last minute stuff that I had to do too. It's kind of gotten in the way of me getting on the air, but I hope to rectify that tonight. All right, so the problem I'm having with this Bad Baby thing, why are we concerned about this again?
Were you listening to the show?
Yeah, I'm still kind of in the dark about why we should be concerned about it.
Oh, I gave the reasons exactly why. I mean, well, concerned is a strong word, but I do have a curiosity about why is it that some guys actually would that many guys in 6 hours, we did the calculation at 41,667 guys would have had to log on to her OnlyFans and pay $23.99. And I don't understand how it's even possible that many guys could actually want to go online to pay money to see I would damn near say an average at best ratchet white girl. It just blows my mind.
Because in the minds of at least, well, I don't know how many guys chipped in, and we're assuming
no, it has to be that much. If it was $1 million and it charges $23.99. Yeah. There's $1 million of them divided. Do the math. It's 41,667 or something like that.
Okay, so you're looking at less than the football stadium.
41,000 guys.
Yeah, less than the football stadium.
Okay, yeah, 41,000. I think that's a lot. Whether it's a football stadium, a hockey stadium,
No, that's not a lot of people when you think about it. I mean, the United States, and we're assuming for the moment that this is primarily a United States thing. So you're looking at the United States of upwards of what, over 330 million people. 41,000 guys isn't a lot.
Okay, to me, I think it's a lot. That's a lot of guys that would want to pay money just to.
I mean, that's still micro influencer territory.
Okay, I still think it's a lot.
So, but that aside,
Well, is there something else that you would like to talk about?
no, I'm just saying. I mean, because it seems to me, and there's this other question of, look at these guys spending their money on this and that. I think Thomas Jefferson had it right. If it neither picks my pocket or neither breaks my leg, so. I mean,
okay, I didn't fire up the stream stating that this was a national emergency. It was a fun conversation.
Yeah, I mean, Bad Baby isn't my cup of tea, but clearly a lot of guys, we all buy the idea that OnlyFans is a certain type of service. If we all buy that argument, I do. Then it stands to reason that there are guys out there, at least 40-some thousand of them, who feel that she's quite attractive. Now, again, she's not my cup of tea from what little bit I've been able to glean about her. But clearly there's a lot of, there's quite a few guys that think that she is. So, free country. And I don't understand. The problem that I'm having is that I just don't understand why the United States just can't join the rest of the world and get sex work and related, fields. I guess you could say OnlyFans is in that territory. Why can't we just go ahead and just legalize / decriminalize it and be done with it? It's a source of revenue. I mean, we already have vice-based economies anyway, like gambling, for example, smoking, for example, alcohol, for example. We already have, now more and more, marijuana. So, and I don't partake of the vast majority of those things personally. I do have a little sugar every once in a while. I'll admit to that, for purely medicinal purposes, of course. But beyond that, I don't, partake in the vast majority of those things. But I mean, our society has been able to safely, integrate those vices into our society and regulate them and tax them. So I don't see why we can't do that with the sex worker business.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing?
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
I think I can probably answer part of that. Obsidian. One of the things they probably ain't gonna try. I heard someone said this on the panel. I kind of agree with it. Yeah. I think religion have a big influence on why they ain't really trying to legalize sex work the way they're supposed to. The influence of religion in this country like crazy.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So the argument is that the reason why we don't want to do sex work, what we've done for marijuana, alcohol, gambling, sports gambling, and the like, is because religion. Okay, isn't there religious prohibitions against? Well, at least in Islam there is religious prohibitions against alcohol. As you could say, this isn't an Islamic country. Fine. What about gambling and money lending? Aren't there prohibitions against that as well? What about not doing these things on the Sabbath? I mean, depending on your faith, there either Saturday or Sunday. There used to be blue laws on the books here in the United States where liquor stores and the like couldn't be open on Sunday. We got rid of that. So I'm thinking, what is it about sex that's got Americans in particular just so on tenterhooks here, when we don't have that problem with alcohol or gambling or sports gambling or marijuana?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think they should definitely get very liberal with all that and make a lot of that stuff legal in terms of sex and everything. We got Pablo in the building, but hold on real quick, Pablo, before I go to you. Number 16 came through the super chat. He says you have a bunch of men that support fatties. I don't know what the OF stand for. Why are
OnlyFans?
On OnlyFans. Fatties on OnlyFans. Okay. Why are you so surprised men would be on hers? Low to no standards run rampant. Okay, I understand low to no standards if it's what you're dealing with in your personal life, but what you're paying money for online, that just gets weird. And 41,000 in 6 hours is a whole hell of a lot to me. But to each his own. But yeah, it's just I found it puzzling. Number 16.
Why would you try to
child, but hold on real quick. I'm about to go to Pablo real quick. Kenneth Williams says Bella Thorne accomplished the same thing in 8 months. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. That.
Yeah, but she did. Yeah, she did make millions also too, Bella Thorne. But it was Bad Baby made it lesser time though.
Yeah. The whole idea of just paying to look at somebody online is just puzzling to me. I just don't get it because there's stuff everywhere for free, and then the person that they're paying for is just not even. I don't know. But Chris, hold on. Chris Brooks in the building with a super chat. He says they will legalize it within 10 years, but have to get Gen Z to get comfortable with the idea. Hence, Cardi B and Megan the Horse. All right. Shout out to Pablo in the building. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Yeah, man. So I don't particularly have a problem with OnlyFans on its own. What I do have a problem with is, see, guys like Platinum, they'll criticize me for being pro-tricking.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'll go over to OnlyFans and have multiple subscriptions with multiple women on OnlyFans. And they'll get mad at me for saying I get to rearrange a woman's internal organs and I give her, $60 for the pleasure. But he can give women money every month and they don't do anything but take pictures. So for those guys, I got a lot of smoke because they're somewhat hypocritical. If you want to pay it and do that, I'm like Obsidian. Fine, go ahead and do that. But see, now, don't come over here and tell me that there's something wrong with me because I'm getting more for my money. Right? Because let's be honest. When dudes kicking down 60 for the Humpty Dumpy, they trying to kill it. So, but you just sitting there in front of a computer screen and watching and asking her to do this and that. And meanwhile, she grabbing up all the money. She ain't doing nothing for the money. So again, It's all a matter of degree for me. Okay, how much am I getting for what I'm paying? It's about value. That's it.
Yeah, right on. I'm definitely with you on that. And I talked to Platinum about that, and he said that no, what he's doing on OnlyFans, that's not tricking, that's simping. And I'm like, okay, so it's okay for you to simp, but you shaming the trick.
Yeah, I mean, it's like really distinctions between tricking and balling. I mean, come on, really? I mean, look, don't we have other things going on in our life to be worried about what other men are doing on their dime and their time? I mean, that's what it comes down to me. I mean, you do whatever you want to do on your dime and your time. So what? So what?
I feel you, man. Everybody just do pocket watching. That's my
so what do y'all think about the subplot topic that I guess it was started by Kevin Samuels when he was he did a show essentially saying that a woman shouldn't be that concerned or should put a lower premium on whether or not the guy is good in bed, knocking it out in the park in the bedroom, if he's taking care of everything else that man is supposed to do. I actually think it's fine arguments on both sides of this one because I can sympathize because sex is actually an important thing in a relationship. I know the argument that out of the 24 hours in a day or however many hours in a week, how much time you actually spending having sex, but the urge to get that itch scratched is important. So it's fine arguments on both sides. What do y'all think about the overall discussion that's been going on as far as that? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, my question on my whole thing is that it really comes down to trade-offs. That it's not so much about sex itself, but the real question for black women is trade. I'm interestingly enough, when we talking about this tonight on my show, so I pick up where we left off here. It's really about trade-offs. Black women are very uncomfortable with the idea of trade-offs. That's really what this comes down to. It's clear that they want, and I'll shout out Silent Lamont on this. It's clear that they want a basketball wives lifestyle existence. Now we can debate whether or not that's good or bad. I'm going to put that on the side. The question for me is, what are you willing to do to get it? And to what extent does that lifestyle mean so much that you're willing to do without on other things? There's a presumption among many Black women that you can have it all. And that's just not true. You have to make trade-offs. So this is what it really comes down to. If having a wonderful, great sex life means that much to you as a Black woman, it might come at the cost of a basketball wife's life. Now, if that's something that you're willing to make the trade-off with, great, go for it. But it's clear to me that listening to Kevin Samuels's conversations that he's been doing for a year now. You know, I don't like this idea that Black folks love to do. We keep like running in place. I want to try to advance the conversation forward. So he's been doing this for a year. So we got it. Black women want the basketball lives. Like, got it. We got that. Now, what are you willing to do to get it? And what trade-offs are you willing to make to get it? To me, that's where the conversation needs to go next. It seems to me that Black women have a take me as I am stance on one, and the other is they're not willing to make any trade-offs. So to me, that's where the real conversation, you know, the rubber hits the road, is not sex in and of itself. I mean, you could swap that out for anything. For example, you know, Kevin also makes the point about, you know, the guys who are going for the brass ring ain't going to have time to go to, you know, watch soccer games with the family, with the kids. Now, if that's a problem for you, what's known today as work-life balance, if work-life balance is important to you as a Black woman, then you need to get a guy, and Kevin does this all the time. Look, get a man that puts in 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. He makes 40 grand a year, whatever. Get with him. It's clear Black women don't want that. So they have to ask themselves, what are they willing to trade to get it? And a lot of Black women don't want to answer that question because a lot of Black women don't want to trade anything. A lot of Black women say, take me as I am, no matter what I look like, what I've done with my body for the past 20 years. You know, it's interesting. I came up with this concept of a relationship resume for Black women. And I'm aiming this at the Black women who make such a big stink out of their educations and careers. So they know what a resume, a curricula vitae, they know what that's like. You mean to tell me you're like, you know, 30-something years old, 40-something years old, and you can't even write down what you've done with your body for the past 20 years? You can't even give a simple accounting on paper. Write it so that a man can look it over and make an up or down vote. You can't even give an accounting of what you've done with your body for the past 2 decades. A lot of these Black women approach this thing, and when you ask them about what they have to offer, or as we like to say, bring to the table, it's like the past 2 decades went into a black hole.
The answer is a parfait.
Another big factor is and everything. And I remember watching the system when Game Changer did the recap on the Sister Circle yesterday. It shows a lot of Black women, they don't even care about our sexual needs. They think we actually are the easy ones to please. It's simple. Grab our shaft, jerk in, and we bust nuts. No. It's actually more work to satisfy us men than it is for us to satisfy them. And they're not too concerned about our sexual needs. So there's like,
wait a minute. Hold on. Let me back up, make sure I heard that right. You said it's more work to satisfy a man than what it is to satisfy a woman?
Because we're more visual and mental.
Oh, okay. All right. The visual part, you're right. But for a guy, a guy busts a nut every time he has sex. A woman, not so much. So I know it is more work and harder to please and satisfy a woman than a man.
And I have a theory too.
Because the way they're set up.
Actually, but you know, like you said, we work so much in the days and everything, be so tired out. That day we supposed to get up so easy. That's the whole thing. That's the work that they have to try to get us into. And then keep our stamina.
You said you got problems getting up after a hard day of work, man.
depending on how many hours you working, sometimes that happens. And stuff, yeah.
Okay, all right. Teachers.
I mean, you need the energy,
right.
yeah. You need the energy, yeah, right? Yeah.
All right.
I'm not saying me personally, but yeah, some guys yeah. You correct that too.
Nah, you already done walked.
I know you got me there, man. Yeah, but nah,
He know a friend. He know a friend.
You done walked that plank already.
Yeah. There are some people also.
You gonna try to
yeah.
step back? Like
Right.
I've read that that men have a hard time getting up.
Yeah, because all the stress.
A friend was asking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can understand.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the point clear. This idea that women are so much harder to please, it's not true. Number one, if that was library business wouldn't be a business, and number two, it only takes about, I think it's for men it's less than 20 minutes for men it's less than 15 minutes, and for women it's less than 20 minutes to reach a climax. So it's not that
Well,
hard.
I think the vibrator business is such a booming business because women, it's harder for women to orgasm. I mean, that's just simple math. Men bust a nut every time they have sex. Women don't. So
that could be
it
a
does
consequence.
take more. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Luma. I want to hear this.
I mean, one, that could be a consequence when you're seeking men from a damn, what was the word I was looking for? Like, Black Widow, like from a damn it, what was like a leech, right? So if she's looking at men from a perspective of I'm just trying to get this nigga, she don't really desire you because you're really there to pay her bills, and of course she's not going to orgasm because she only sees you as a wallet any damn way.
That's
one.
That's
the mass majority. What was your response, brother?
No, I said that's certainly one possibility. Sure.
So if you're just seeking men for provision, you're just settling for men to get money. So of course you're not orgasming. For one, I mean, what do they say on the dating profile sites? That I guess the mass majority of women only find a very small percent of men attractive. So of course that would, to me,
well, their orgasm isn't completely contingent upon. I mean, him being attractive helps, but that isn't just the sole factor in whether or not they orgasm.
I mean, I don't think that's the sole one.
There's women who actually can be with the man and absolutely positively enjoy sex with that man, but just depending on how her setup down there, she probably only has an orgasm, 20% of the time.
Don't disagree with that either.
Well, here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that, because this line of discourse tends to arrive at a place that I think in the 21st century is ridiculous. These lines of conversations tend to either outright say, or it gives the implication that it's a problem that men have to solve. It's not. For whatever reason, if you're not getting your jollies in bed, ladies, it's your responsibility to solve. Period.
But also,
I just want to make it clear that I wasn't coming from the perspective that this is a problem that us men got to solve for the collective of women. That wasn't the point that I was making. Just want to make that very clear. Real quick before you go ahead, Silent. Spiritual Logic, aka Hawk in the building. He said the government doesn't have to legalize prostitution when all the institutionalized interactions with females amounts to prostitution via a society where men lack full legal authority via state marriages and kids. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. D. Lee Pierce says, guys been asking for this for years from her. Oh, they've been asking. I think you mean they've been asking Bad Baby to jump off her OnlyFans. Okay, yeah. I guess. All right, it's a market. It's a market and whatever. The market has spoken. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, but go ahead, Silent. You was about to say something.
So also, you have to remember the average penis count of the average woman and the average BW in the community. So the problem is,
say that again.
The average sexual body count of women, especially in our community. So basically what's happened, as a man, it's not natural for you to have to compete with 100 other penises before you. So what's happened is because she has so much sexual experience, right? One guy has to then outfuck all combined 100 penises before her, because it's impossible for her to be sexually satisfied with so much dick in her life. So of course she needs a pookie to pound it out, right? So a woman who's only had 1 or 2 sexual partners don't need to have her back blown out, because you're not competing with the entire universe of penis.
Yeah, that's the argument.
This is unnatural.
That argument has been made, but I do too, because I do believe that a woman, if she's had limited sexual experiences, let's just say she's only had sex with 2 guys, but let's just say those 2 guys sucked in bed. I do believe that that woman, even though she's never had her spot hit, she's never had an orgasm from penetration. I still think they know and understand that there's a spot that needs to be hit that ain't getting hit. There's an itch that's not being scratched. So I think you still will want something else. So I don't know if I'm not 100% sure if the
Look, if you've been
number of-
playing with your vagina with a toy with 100 dildos, I mean, this really isn't that difficult of a concept, right? If I'm smoking pot every day for the rest of my life, if you do everything at a certain point, you reach a point where you become desensitized. Okay, if you love pizza and you eat it, it's not any different than anything else in the world.
No, I agree with you. With them vibrators will just kill all the nerve endings out of a clit to where the natural physicality of sex don't even do as much for them.
When she's telling you you're not hitting it right, what she's telling you is you're not hitting it like Rodney used to fuck me. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, that you just alluded to that. Yeah, especially with the dildos and the woman who built multiple dudes and someone that actually really blowing her back out like a porn star scene, and she come with a simple guy, and it's like she wants to be choked. She wants to be aggressive and all that shit. She wants to be degraded. That's the way.
Be aggressive and choke her ass. Then shit. Yeah. I mean, like I don't understand.
A lot of dudes don't do that.
All right. Well, okay. Well, hold on. But see, that's where it gets goofy because it's some women who don't like to be choked. Okay, so if you ain't into choking and being aggressive, then get you a chick that don't like to get choked and be aggressive.
I think this is all getting beside the point. Again,
it's getting out there. It's getting out in left field. But go ahead.
Again, the issue here, from where I sit, is. And this is something that Black women have to figure out for themselves in light of what Kevin has talked about, the Derek Jackson, debacle. What's important to you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get everything. Black women need to hear this. You don't get everything. You have to choose what's more important to you. If having a great sex life, whatever that means to you, matters more, then select for Black men whose primary strong point is providing a great sex life. You do that with the understanding that they come with trade-offs. What are some of those trade-offs? Well, maybe a trade-off is maybe he got so good with sex because he didn't really develop himself in other areas along with career and stuff like that. So maybe you have to be willing to accept that. As a consequence,
I've noticed the complaints about men's bedroom experiences have gone up as women's body counts have gone up.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah. Well, let's pursue that line of reason for a second, Lamont. All right, so fine. Again, if that's the issue, if the issue is there are not enough men that are sexually skilled, then you have to do what anybody does in a market where a product, good, or service is in scarce supply. Number one, you're going to pay a higher price. Number two, you're going to be competing against others who want that same commodity. That's just how that works. So if that's the issue for a lot of Black women, then they need to compete for the guys who they believe are sexually skilled, and they will compete against other women who want them to. That's the solution.
Andrew Wilkins in the building. He says more like 350 rods and 85 VJs the average Black woman has had. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Hold on. Somebody else, I think Tricky Trini had a super chat. He says, why does body count matter? Who cares? What does that have to do with you and making you a better man? Huh?
I don't know.
Those are some non-overlapping. Y'all sound mad insecure right now. There is. Hold on, wait. Time out. I'm going first here. I was pushing back at some of the things that was said because it was coming off that way, and that's why I pointed out before. Somebody got to mute up because I can hear somebody washing dishes in the background. I pointed out earlier in the show. You don't got to be insecure about your sex game. I guarantee you have sex with enough women, you're going to find one where you're hitting that spot just right. Even so, no, that's I don't. Come on, Mel, that's you. You washing dishes, dude?
All I heard was, I'm the one you're talking about. I got a cacophony of dicks in my past. That's all that's saying. I mean, all you saying is I'm guilty, and y'all talking about it. See, at the end of the day, all these little words,
no, go ahead. I'll let you finish. But I was going to circle back to that. I was going to deal with the part where it was a halfway point going on about the sounding kind of insecure. But the why does body count matter? Who cares? How do they help you be a better man? That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
Like
but go ahead.
From Steve the Dean that he would say.
Get off.
I don't understand. I don't understand the brothers. I mean, thanks for the super chat, but I don't understand his argument because I don't have any.
That's a handsome young lady there, oh man.
Yeah, I don't have a.
No, wait, hold on. That does seem like a woman's name, but I'm looking at a bald-headed man.
Right. I don't have a dog in the fight one way or the other about what black women do with their bodies. That's their business. My argument again.
Oh shit, that
is the trade-off piece. A lot of black women. Let's look at something else Kevin talks about. So this whole notion of high value men don't cheat, they exercise options, right? And this dovetails back to the breakdown show last night. Now, what's interesting to me, Bernard, is that to the extent black women have like responded to Kevin on this point, none of them have considered this. Okay, look, if you're, and this includes Kendra G. Remember Kendra G in her exchange with Kevin, she made the point that she could not abide by her high value man having someone exercising their options, right? She couldn't go with that. All right, fine. Then that means, sis, that you're going to be the one and only, and that means you're going to be down for whatever sexually. That means you're going to be down for whatever per his schedule sexually. That means you're going to be, pH grade in looks. Now, how many black women are willing to work that hard? I mean, let's be brutally honest about that. We already know the statistics with regard to black women and the weight and all that. So to ask the question is to answer it. They want this guy to be sexually faithful to them, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get that sexual faithfulness.
All right. Tricky Trini says I didn't respond to her super chat, but I don't know how you figure I didn't respond to it. Why does body count matter? Because don't no man want to be okay, if you're just talking about casual sex, I think for most men body count don't matter. If you're talking about it being your woman, it matters a lot because nobody want to be walking holding hands in the mall with the town whore. That's just
and that's another, I'm glad you brought that up.
Hold on, but real quick. That's
and
just
the fact that you got to explain this to a grown ass man, like we don't all know this shit.
Well, he super chatted, and he said I didn't answer the questions. I want to make sure I answer it. I think I just dealt with the who cares part. What does that have to do with you? What does it have to do with you and making you a better man? Those are completely separate categories. I can do what I have to do to make myself a better man and not want to walk around with the town whore.
Well, I mean, there's studies that have been done on this. Men, you're right, Bernard. Studies have been done on this. Men have very low standards for short-term casual sex. Pretty much bang anything. Men have very high standards for long-term mates. And I think the problem that a lot of black women have, because our society, I'm talking about black society, because black society has become so heavily weighted on the short-term mating end of it, that when black women, and this goes back to Kevin Samuels again, because he talks about marriages, I think a lot of black women, it's kind of like a shock for them to hear that black men have very high standards when it comes to marriage, because everything has been so weighted toward the short term, Netflix and chill end of the spectrum for the past, 30 years or so. So, it's a big shock for a lot of black women to hear that men have very high standards when it comes to marriage, or failing that, a long-term relationship. They have very high standards for it. And by definition, the way Kevin frames the discussion, he ain't talking about Netflix and chill. He's talking about jumping the broom. There are very high standards for that. And that's a big shock to a lot of black women.
Yeah.
Now,
Shout out to Shane, real quick. Mr. Shane Vich is in the building with super chat. He said, "Male feminist alert." A tricky attorney. Go ahead and confirm whether you're male or female. We are assuming you're male, even though it sounds like a woman's name. But yeah, go ahead and confirm or deny or whatever. Yeah, male or female. We need your gender. We need to know what gender you are. Andrew Wilkins says body count matters because Black women spread STDs more than an actual pandemic. Promiscuity literally also makes women crazy and hormones haywired. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. I think it was someone. Oh, well, okay. Someone else did super chat. I suppose I will read RBR's super chat. They tout seedy methods of blacks making money to discourage us from the legit money Google owes you. All right, RBR. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. My main man, the $5 super chat champion of the world, Snuggles is in the building. Tricky Attorney, where you come from? Do men like women who have high body counts, or do they just have fun with them? Good question. Good question. Thank you for the super chat,
Now,
Snuggles.
I will admit, I don't ask a woman's body count because I already know for a fact that she's not going to tell the actual truth anyway. If she tell me she's been with 3 guys, don't tell me my meaning for that is no, those are the 3 good D guys. I always times that number by 10. So tell me she probably been with 10 times 2 times.
No. They don't lie based off that. They lie based off relationships. Yes, woman, how many men she had sex with. She will count boyfriends. She won't count she won't count the guy she gave it up to on her birthday weekend in Cancun.
No, that's what I mean by no. I meant the good D's. That's what I'm saying. The boyfriend, the top guys that she wanted to be with that blew her back out. But
I mean, no, the guy in Cancun could have blew the back out, but she's not going to count him. She's only going to count the boyfriends when you ask her how many guys have she's been with. If she's had 7 boyfriends,
Bernard is right on this, brother.
If she's had 7 boyfriends since the time she was in the 11th grade, she's going to say 7. If she says 7, but they count boyfriends, not the good pipeline dude. They like to pretend if the good pipeline dude is out of their life, they like to pretend like he don't exist. If he was just a random come through and knock it out dude,
that didn't count.
Yeah.
Either though, I don't believe in no woman's number when she gave me the truth anyway. So that's how I know.
I know. Yeah, that's a good rule of thumb too. But bare minimum, whatever you say, whatever they say, more than likely, they just counting boyfriends. Exactly. Yeah, they ain't counting no one night stands. They not counting no vacation sex. They ain't counting no random dudes. They barely, they're not even counting just a fuck buddy. They might count a long-term friend with benefits, but for the most part, boyfriends. That's all you're gonna get if you
always times that by 5 or 10 or 20. You know what I'm saying? More than what she
they're not counting the time they let Silent hit at the after party.
Exactly.
I have a question.
Go ahead, old man.
Mel, why does it matter what a body count is if you're just having a casual sexual fling with her anyway?
Oh, no,
but it does.
I don't ask.
But that's why they never.
Period. Yeah, I don't ask a body count. Period, because she's not gonna tell me the truth anyway.
That's not what I asked you.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
Why does it matter at all? Why does it matter at all?
Of course, it don't matter. No matter to me. If she's a casual sex fuck buddy, why would I care?
So would it matter to you if it was a long-term mate?
Of course it's gonna matter to me, but is she gonna actually tell you the actual truth? That's the whole thing.
Right.
That's why I don't ask that.
So it does
I see what
matter.
Mel was saying on that. Oh man. It does matter, but there's no way that you're gonna fucking know. Like if we could put a meter on her head or something, then yeah. So you can only go by now. You can just really judge by. Hopefully this bitch didn't just move to the city. Right. If she just moved to the city, then she's a hoe. If she's all busting it open on camera, because you just got to look at the way she carry herself now, because you're never gonna know
how she treats you, most how she cooperates, submits towards you.
Now if she started giving that to all the doormen.
I get all. Let me ask you another question, Mel. How old are you?
I'm 40.
You're 40. Okay. Have you ever been married?
Nah.
No. All right. At this point in your life, would you like to have? I don't know if you want. Let me just ask you. Do you want to get married?
Yeah, I do.
You do. All right. So you would like to get married, but it seems like you're saying at this point it's going to be very difficult to get married to an ADOS black woman in any event because of the reason you stated. Because even though a woman's body count matters to you, it would be very difficult for you to ferret out the truth from the rank and file black woman on that. Do I have that right?
I think in some way, because like I said, she's not gonna tell you the actual truth anyway. So that's like, I'm not gonna overkill myself. It's more like when I meet her, how she's gravitating towards me.
So let me ask you this: knowing that, what is your likelihood of getting into a relationship with a black woman today?
Well, I will admit, probably very little, because I'm looking more on your front. I said to everybody myself, and I ain't ashamed to say it, I'm looking to marry a Latina before a black
Death Racer, you ain't shit.
Shit. Niggas say I ain't shit, but fuck it. I like them a little more than more of my black women. I will say that.
Man, I'm under assumption unless like I see a female that just like my intuition is strong. So, you know, I can see like, oh, okay, she just give off a whole different aura. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But, you know, you just got to assume 80% out here are burnt. Oh, man, this like, they be like, you really like, you think you're commenting on the, what was the boomers, man. You have no idea what these women are doing, bro. And it's younger and younger.
I didn't say,
you know, we talking about.
I didn't say anything about.
Say again, my bad.
I didn't say anything about boomers.
No. I'm not saying you did. I'm saying you're in that generation. So I'm assuming you're not out here just.
I'm not a baby boomer. We're both.
No, he's a Gen Xer.
We're both Gen Xers.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
You're not dealing in. Oh, wow. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it. I was about to read the super chat, but you can go ahead and finish up. Go ahead. You got it.
I'm just saying you're dealing in the older group. I know that I am, brother. I know I'm in a more youthful group than you are. I'm just gonna make that as a good assumption. I'm saying, you know, I'm pretty much dating women 24, 25, 26 consistently. All right, and I'm in that. I tend to hang in as, you know, younger. You know, I'm a youthful guy. I'm just like that cooler, older. I'm like AWAX. Y'all remember that nigga AWAX? You know what I mean? You know, they say, you know, back in the day, you know, I used to get the young shit with niggas.
We get it, Silent. You 40 wearing skinny jeans. We get it. All right.
Man, y'all niggas don't never let me get my shit off, man.
I had to get the skinny jeans jokes in because he be clowning my attire all this time. That's what
nigga. I got a penis. I can't wear no skinny. Nigga, I went to Six Flags this weekend, man, and they was putting that little bar down. And I'm like, they don't make this shit for black dudes, bro. Like, it's a fucking bar, bro. But anyway. But anyway, like the bras, these young women out here, bro, by 25 they burnt. They go on a fucking spree by 2022, bro. So you just gotta already assume that they're burnt, and then you just gotta kind of catch, you know, something a little different. But yeah, man. And Bernard, nigga, I'm gonna get you back for that skinny jeans shit, nigga.
Hey, hold on, man. I owed you that one, man. You done hit me like 30 times before I fired back.
You know, I'll take that.
You got to take that one on the chin.
Nigga, you was practicing in the mirror last night for that motherfucker.
Yeah, I was waiting on that one. All right, Andrew Wilkins in the building with the super chat. He said, I treat chicks with high body counts the same way I treat bi or gay chicks. Those are the ones I take to swinger parties. Oh, take the swinger parties or let my homies run. Okay, yeah, sure. All right. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins. Appreciate the super chat. He says, there I said it in the building, says, I suspect many of Bad Baby supporters are feminist women. Whole acceptance equates to mute up, Mel.
Oh, sorry.
Whole acceptance equates to liberation and empowerment. Thank you for that super chat. Who else we got in here? We about to go to Kuda, but I know I saw some more. There we go. I saw it. There it is. We got UCBX in the building. He says, I don't ask a woman for her body count, but her body count does matter. Yep. The higher the body count, the crazier the woman is. It only matters for long term. If you're into the long term game, you care because you don't want to be walking around holding hands with the chick, and there, dude, it's like you can just feel it when you walking with a chick and a dude who done smashed it walk by. It's like a weird look. You can kind of tell sometimes. But anyway, you don't want that to be your woman when every dude's just walking by giving a nod and shit. But all right, that Spy in the building says women will never understand a man will marry a 23-year-old inexperienced versus an experienced 25-year-old, while a woman would never do that. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. All right, we got Kuda back in the building. Go ahead. You got the flow. You got the mic.
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you
What's
good.
Oh, then you know your mic is always clear.
Right.
Nah, I'm on my phone today, but that smashing spree you was talking about, Keith, that usually happens between like 16 and 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It kind of got lower these days, but they wrapped up in that. These women are living secret lives. Not even secret lives, to tell you the truth. Social media really exposed that shit, but they living secret lives between the ages of 16 all the way up to like 25 if they choose to settle down by then. But they doing more hard drugs these days, so that kind of curbs that whole thing. So
yeah, man, they out there, bro.
Yes, sir.
And it's not even frowned upon. Like, I know growing up in the 80s, if a girl was out there like, oh, that, you know what I mean? Now that's just life. You go party, you smoke, that's what these kids do, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about modern day drugs. Like these chicks, or they out there, they going off, they popping pills. Like what's the drugs nowadays?
It's
pills,
always white girl is always popular.
Molly,
lean.
Yeah.
Shit, apparently now fentanyl. I'm like, nigga,
Damn.
hey,
Oh yeah, that's but you gotta go out.
Whether they caught a case, something.
Actually, drug use is down among Black Americans in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
pot use is pretty stagnant, but everything else, yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's really like a social circle thing. You got to be in certain circles to be around certain things for the most part.
Yeah.
Like, man, when I first moved to the D, I got popular because, well, you had white girl, if you will. Y'all know what that is. And like, when you got that, you're the most popular person in the universe. And listen, I'm telling you, everybody does it. Your managers do it. Everybody's doing that, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing that. People you don't even know. You're like, oh shit, you do white girl? Fuck, I would have never thought. I'd get invited to parties.
It's the ones you never think. Yeah.
And I'm like, this manager, you see these managers in here doing, the white girl, like, damn, even you, fuck. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Raymond.
All right, Mr. Albert, I'll shut the fuck up, Mr. Albert.
What?
Yeah, that's why when like a lot of those corporate conversations come up, I laugh. I'm like, man, y'all niggas doing coke anyway.
Right, bro. Like they over here pitching you for bud. They all in there in the conference room, fucking running line.
Yeah, and then like here in the district, we got like Dipper, where they do water. Down in Texas, y'all call that Sherm stick, where they be dipping the cigarettes or the J's in the water and shit. So, hey, shit just wild, man. I stay away from that shit, but I do see it, and it do play a part sometimes if people do get up and go outside, because like I said, man, some of the perceptions that dudes be painting of women here online, man, y'all don't give them as much credit as they do get in the real world. Y'all go out there in the real world, start talking to some of these bras. They're a little bit more savvier than the credit that
they will make most of y'all niggas blush, bro.
Hell yeah. So,
and you know what? And it be these babyface girls too, bro.
Yeah. It'd be the ones you don't think, because like
don't even think, bro.
Yeah, I be telling dudes like don't start standing beside yourself. There's always a woman out there walking around with your number, man. So,
Ramon Robinson in the hold on, hold your thought. Oh man, Ramon Robinson in the building with Super Chat. He says, "Why put money into a beater Altima while you can invest in a GTR?" Thank you for the Super Chat. Indigenous TV in the building. He says the real news is what Bad Baby experienced at the Dr. Phil camp for troubled teens. Smoke and fire alert. And we got
Yeah,
Kenny Conjo in the building. Salute
Shouts
to
to Kenny.
In the
Kenny
building.
Conjo.
Salute, broski. Kenny Conjo.
Says, yo, Bernard, I'm at the office listening, and I'm about to fell out the. Oh, he said I'm about to fell out the chair on a 40-year-old skinny jeans jokes. What up, Silent? Oh man, Kuda in chat. Yeah, had to get him.
Hey, Kenny Conjo, wait for the comeback, player.
Nah,
I'm going to NASA and I'm going in a thinking room just to think of some shit.
I'm muting your line going forward. As soon as you try to get it out, I'm muting you. Let me have my victory today. Let me have that victory today.
You know what? I ain't gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna let you have that. That was a good one, bro. That was a good one.
Go ahead. Oh man, you got it.
No, I was just simply saying. I think this reflects more of a self-selection thing going on than actually what's objectively true. I mean, the biggest groups for drug use were the notorious baby boomers that Hassan Lamont talked about. Drug use has consistently gone down in America, and the matter of fact, the Gen Zs and the younger millennials are quite conservative in their outlooks, socially conservative in their outlooks on life. You know, they're much more, marriage minded. Whether they actually do it or not is another question, but they're much more marriage minded and traditionally based, and have lower sexual partners than baby boomers or Gen Xers. Then we can also look at the fact that most of this STD transmission is occurring among Gen Xers and up. Your sex, you're talking about hot wives and bulls and all that sort of thing, cuckolds and all that sort of thing. Those that's 40 and over.
Well, Obsidian, let me piggyback that real quick. Real quick.
It's usually the middle to older millennials that are semi-marriage minded, because that's usually mid-millennial. That's when romance and foreplay and all of that shit died out.
Exactly.
Well, what's the
Well, real quick, Bernard. Oh man, that increase you talked about among the older also kind of started with the advent of Viagra, because older people started having a lot more sex.
Yeah.
So that's when you started to see the increase of STDs among the older crowd.
Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it.
If you I would say if you were born after 93, you really don't
you don't know what love is on that shit. That's not
actually that's not true. Reports on, and I'm citing Institute for Family Studies. I'm also citing the American Enterprise Institute. They both done a lot of demographic study on this. Actually, Generation Z and younger millennials are very much interested in romance, and
they don't know what it is.
I'm just saying that. I'm just telling you what the data says.
Yeah, but they don't know what romance. They romance and foreplay is not even in their lexicon.
This is what I'm trying to.
Making a fact right there that they all trying to break out of
data says. I'm sorry.
Social, like you all right. You see how before we had a concept of social life. Social life for them is social media.
Okay, but that still doesn't change the fact that they very much. There's another outfit that I use to check out data too, called Global Web Index, and as the word infers, it's global. Younger millennials and Gen Z very much into I guess you could say a Disney type of outfit.
They don't.
Well, let me ask Kuda this question. Are you saying? Wait, hold on, Kuda. Are you saying because their life is on social media, when they think about romance, they're thinking about a long, well-written message with a bunch of heart emojis?
Not even that. They thinking about getting on, and I wouldn't say StreamYards, but like FaceTime and stuff like that. There's no.
But what they think about is that cute picture they see of that couple who's on the beach vacationing, who's look like they got money, eating good dinner. That's what romance is. Taking pictures in cool places, IG shit.
The only time they probably would do something remotely romantic, and they barely do it, is Valentine's Day.
All right. Well, this is what I want to know, because I understand what you're saying, Kuda, in conventional wisdom or just the eye test, just thinking about it. Yeah, it do seem like that they out there, that the young generation is out there wilding, but it is data that shows that they're having less sex or less sex partners. So that's what I'm not understanding. It's just counterintuitive to think that the young people between 18 and 25, they're having less sex partners. Those are people that you think will be getting it in like crazy.
Yeah, there's no romance. There's no romance or foreplay. There's no such
thus,
thing as
thus
foreplay.
thus they should have more sexual partners. So it's
I
like
actually think what's happening
Unless-
specifically is women are having more sex and men are having less sex.
There is some truth. There is some truth to back it up,
Yeah.
but not as much as people would like to believe. Again, Institute of Family Studies. Yes, Generation Z men in particular are having the least sex of all. That's true.
Well, I mean, because
Would you think about like with the younger girls, how they on social media technically being attention teasers online
I mean,
so much.
it's pushed on them. That's what I'm saying. They grew up
Yeah.
with Instagram and Snapchat
Yeah.
and Tumblr.
So
and
they
porn
not
and
really
shit.
they not really having sex as much because they trying to sell it to the highest bidder and stuff, to the most highest quality guy. They're
Yeah.
not gonna just random have
Right.
sex with random dude. They actually spend online teasing a bunch of dudes trying to juice them for money and stuff. That's why this OnlyFans phenomenon is popping the way it is with a lot of young girls.
See, the reason too why they out here sleeping with just random dudes also is because they got to get their whole phase off also, so they can try to carve that out of their dating pool as much as they can, while trying to do what you said also, because that's the objective.
Exactly. Ever since
Alright.
the creation of social media and everything, that's like a tool for women to, you know what? We know if guys is thirsting over us. Let's try and make this money out of them like that.
Well, that's just a
All right.
fun market forces at work.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Snuggles
they're
is
trying to
little.
make a lifestyle. They're trying to make a lifestyle. They're trying to make a lifestyle that doesn't exist. You know, they like back in the day, you would have to tell your woman like, you know, soap operas ain't real. That reality TV shit ain't real and stuff like that. Now that's
Nigga, don't put on that cape and jump down the stairs.
No, but I'm saying that's because of the internet now. You know, like it's hard to tell people Instagram ain't real. These girls are using filters. They not even living the lifestyle that they portraying. They're not on the beach 24/7.
Exactly. They spend more time.
And they're trying to recreate that. That's why when you hear these ladies talking about guys making $200,000-$300,000, is because they're trying to create that lifestyle on a daily basis.
Right.
Forgetting that is simply a snapshot or a moment.
Right.
These people aren't living on the fucking beach.
And women don't realize that until they try to order an outfit off of Wish and try that shit on and don't look the same.
And you be notice how many pictures they take of them inside of a bathroom in a restaurant. Like
they looking like the Nicolas Cage version of Superman.
Nicholas, hold on, man.
Y'all ain't see that shit. Nicolas Cage supposed to be Superman. That nigga look weird as fuck.
No, I ain't see that. I gotta Google that.
You gotta look that shit up. That nigga's the Wish version of. Yeah.
They might as well put Mr. Burns in a Superman.
They wearing a Halloween costume.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage was gonna be Superman. Look weird as fuck.
They try to make that movie and they got a documentary on that shit too. I'm like,
all right. We got Snuggles, the $5 super chat champion of the world, back in the building with another one. Says, should a woman be worried about men's body count and their bodies being used up because of so much explicit activities, or does it only affect men? I mean, does it only affect women? I'll say this. Women tend not to care. I've never seen a guy who got so much pussy that it ran pussy off. It don't work like that. But y'all can take that. Hold on, before y'all answer that one, just hold your thought. And I want y'all to answer Snuggles. But Mr. Chainbitcher says the IFS is FOS. I don't know what none of that means. They have a right-wing agenda. I don't know what that means. The IFS and is FOS.
Well, I'm assuming full of shit.
Come on, man. You 42. You speaking in like, and I'm talking Mr. Shane Vicious. I think he's 42.
The International Freak Society.
Yeah, he's speaking too many abbreviations for somebody over 40. he got on skinny jeans too, Silent. But,
we over there dancing in the corner together, nigga.
All right, y'all can go ahead and take Snuggles' question, man. Snuggles my guy. Snuggles my guy.
The only thing I feel the only type of women that's gonna care about that is ultra super conservative, religious, perfect patty types. And ain't that many of them out there like that. So just like you said, Bernard, most women don't give a shit about our body counts. That actually turns them on a little bit more.
Ain't no woman arguing with you about having too much experiences as a man, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, women don't really care about shit. What they care about is how you go about it. That's really what they care about, you know, because even that super religious what's it called?
Conservative type.
Yeah, conservative.
Perfect patties.
And there's even studies that show women actually prefer men who cheat.
Yeah, because they're desired.
They prefer men who cheat. Now, what they don't like, because women are very, all about perception, they don't want everybody to know that that nigga is cheating on them.
I thought what it was is that they don't prefer a man that's cheating, but they like a man that they know he has the option to do it.
Actually, that's it.
No, they're actually attached to men. It's almost like a Stockholm syndrome, if you will. Like a woman will actually go back to a man that has cheated on her. Like she has some sort of attachment to him.
But see, the whole fact that I think Bernard just alluded, a woman wants you to know that if you got options, that's what really turns her on. If she with a guy that don't got no options and all that shit for real, she ain't gonna give a shit about that.
I was actually reading something incredible, Bernard. I'll actually get you some information soon. But yeah, there was actual study that it's kind of like a Stockholm syndrome, if you will.
Yeah, that's interesting. I just I always said they want a player that don't cheat. That's what they want.
The easiest way to get a woman endeared to you is to cheat on her.
Like I told y'all last time, like how there's a lot of dudes out here that are lazy and don't want to approach, and they rather women to try to come to them. It's the same thing with women. Some women have accepted the fact that they choose ain't shit niggas, or they don't know how to navigate their dating pool. So what they do is they get around women that got guys that choose good boyfriend materials. Like if she likes her like usually with their best friends and shit, if she likes the girl that she's around and that girl got a boyfriend, she would go after that girl's boyfriend because the girl already did the hard work and found a dude that's worth being relationship material. That's why a lot of women out here, they go after other women's men.
Well, I mean, but
they do
it's always been true that that people found mates in general through their social circles, school, work, church.
Yeah, that's how they do it. But see, that's dirty backing. But see, women don't really get charged up for that, unless it's by.
Yeah, they do. There are all kind of words for it. Home wrecker.
Yeah, but see, those are like taboo words today in dating. They don't really charge them up with that. That, like I said, around that.
You undermine your own argument. If it's a taboo word, that it can't get no more charged than taboo.
No, but see, that's not present in today's dating. Like I told y'all, that shit went out the window.
If you want to tell me if you want to tell me that the term home wrecker has fallen out of common day usage, I would agree with that.
Yes.
But if you want to tell me that women that mate poach, that's the clinical term, women that engage in mate poaching do so with impunity, that's not true.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Can you unpack that?
If you want to tell me that women take other women's men with impunity in our time today, that's not true.
I would kind of have a little bit of pushback against that.
Okay, how do you explain all of the case in point? How do you explain all the churn just with the Derrick Jackson situation alone? If what you're saying is true, it wouldn't be a story.
Well, I mean, the girl that Derrick Jackson cheated with, doesn't he have a previous record with her from high school?
He does.
Okay, so she knew about his wife.
Yes, but that's not the question. Here isn't whether she knew he was married. The question is, you're saying women who do what she did aren't there's no big deal about it. If that
there is no big deal until
so how do you explain the enormous reaction from Tasha K to the Sun?
Because and this reaffirms what I'm telling you, because a woman that did something as fucked up as she did can come out and claim to be a victim and get and have a whole bunch of sympathy instead of people saying, yo, she knew what she was doing.
She got sympathy for that? Where?
No, we don't have sympathy for that because we in this space know better. But PC,
you're suggesting she got sympathy for it.
You talk about the side chick, Derrick Jackson?
Yes. Right. So show me. Okay. So show me. All right.
A lot of sympathy.
I was about to say.
No, she got sympathy. People was like, oh, that's
she got sympathy for it.
She got that whole interview with Tasha K was a sympathetic interview.
No, it wasn't. She was just simply asking questions. She was simply asking questions.
At no point.
What happened? Wait a minute, hold it. She was asking questions as to what happened.
Okay, so how can she get to tell her whole story and get that shit off and become a victim? And at no point,
Show
Tasha
me
K.
anywhere else.
I'm
let's put
telling
it
you
this
right
way.
now. At no point, Tasha K. At no point, Tasha K. stopped and said, "You knew he had a wife. You knew what you were doing. You're not a victim. Why are you coming out and exposing this man when
Okay.
you are absolutely
All
wrong?"
right.
In
I will
this.
grant you. You know what?
All right, let's put it this way.
Hang on. I'll concede your point on that. Show me anywhere else, and his story has been covered in all the media worldwide. Show me anywhere else where that's been the
Oh,
case.
come on now, oh man.
Love and
Come
hip
on,
hop.
man.
Love and hip hop. When shit go wrong in your relationship, she can go on Love and Hip Hop.
Hold on.
Oh, come on, man.
She wasn't on Love and Hip Hop.
I'm not saying that, but any
Bro, we doing the we
listen to me.
we doing the
Any
over
black,
thing.
listen to me. Any black man,
Hold it.
any black man right now that's not successful, that
Huda,
gets a woman,
wait a
that
minute.
becomes successful, she can go on Love and
Huda,
Hip Hop.
wait a
and
minute.
All
The
right, go ahead.
story was covered in the mainstream media all over the planet. Show me where else it was covered where she was being shown sympathy.
Well, it's the nationwide response to it. When I look up,
You're not answering my question.
well, you're asking, you're trying to pigeonhole the question, Obsidian. You're
Everywhere else on
oh
planet
man,
Earth.
you gotta let us answer, bro.
Where else?
Dang it, you gotta let us answer, my man. You just like show me. Okay, let me show me. Well, let me tell me. God damn it!
I want you to focus on the question.
No, you're changing the question.
I'm asking
That's-
you a question about the national
I can
media.
try to answer that. I'll try to answer that.
Oh,
It's more like 50-50. Plain simple. Depending on what type of crowd. You're gonna have people that are gonna feel sympathy for that side chick, and you're gonna have some people that's
I
not
didn't
gonna feel
ask
sympathy
for
for her.
people sympathy. I asked where else was the story covered in the mainstream media on planet Earth where it was shown sympathy.
Obsidian, we're not all like podcasters where we're like we're just giving you observations of what we're seeing, bro. Like you want us to give you the article that I saw it in, bro. That's not
No.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, so you don't know. Okay.
No, it's not that I don't know. You're changing the question. We're telling you what we're seeing.
I mean, he was
You're
on the
wanting to
Breakfast
narrow it
Club.
down to what was said in the encyclopedia.
I'm not changing the question. I'm
Yes,
asking.
you are.
No, I'm not. I'm asking a very.
Yes, you are. You're playing obtuse right now, and you're doing that thing, and it's annoying, my man. You do that thing. We're just gonna keep asking the same question over and over and over and over and over and over.
Not being able to focus. Focus.
Let me
Brother,
ask
that's
you a question.
hard.
Obsidian, what you gonna say? What you gonna say? Obsidian, what you gonna say?
No, I'm just simply saying that the idea that women don't get, any type of workout for cheating
Well, that's not the context of what he was saying. That's not the context of what he was saying, oh man. That ain't he wasn't really based. He wasn't. That's like when people say not all. Come on, man.
No, it's not. That's not the same.
It is. You're doing the thing. We telling you you're doing it, though, man. We know when you do this. You start doing it.
No. That's not the same thing. The argument was, and I didn't make the argument. DJ Kuda.
All right, brother. Y'all can have it.
He made the argument that women, black women in particular, it's not a big deal when they go and cheat with another man. I'm saying, show me the evidence.
Side
Based
chicks
on
get
real
sympathy.
world events that have taken place.
Side chicks get sympathy, oh man.
They do. Most of the time, most of the time they do get sympathy.
Easily, you should be able to prove it easily by pointing to the Derek Jackson case. It was covered everywhere on planet Earth in the media. You should be able to easily prove it by citing the sources. Go.
Well, he got three side chicks and nobody came after them. One got pregnant, they said. One was a high school sweetheart. One he was just screwing around with. Side chicks get sympathy.
That's not getting sympathy. Because
it is getting sympathy.
Because
the only reason why the sympathy is spread out
because nobody said anything does not mean sympathy. Just means they didn't say anything.
All right. Cause let's pump the brakes for a second because I had to step away, had to go use the bathroom, walk the dog, and feed the goldfish. I'm back now. I came back and I heard people yelling. What's the point of contention here?
The argument being advanced by DJ Kuda is that black women don't get any type of workout for cheating or for being with a married man. He then cited Tasha K as a case in point. I conceded his point just to get at a larger point. Okay, then show me other instances where the Derrick Jackson case has been covered on every news media organization on the planet, where the mistresses were being shown sympathy by those news organizations.
The Breakfast Club.
I would say the mistresses, bare minimum, people were not talking about them. They were just talking about Derrick Jackson.
Yeah, they get shown sympathy.
But that's not sympathy.
I don't.
No, that would.
Hold on, wait. Time out. Let me try to meet y'all in the middle. It's not sympathy. It's more. It's indifference.
No, it's more. The undertone is more of he did that side girl wrong and promised her a life while he has a wife.
He did do it wrong. That would be an accurate statement.
But he didn't do her wrong. She knew he had a woman.
No, he did lie to him based on. Did you see the text messages?
They know he has a wife.
Hang on. Did you see the text messages?
They know he has a wife. The text message doesn't mean anything.
Did you read the text messages? Yes or no?
They know he has a wife.
You won't answer my question. And the reason why you won't answer my question is because you read the text message,
the fact
you
that
clearly see that Derrick Jackson did lied to his mistresses.
Hold on. The fact that you can deflect to just text messages off of the fact that they know that man has a wife and they went forward with it.
You're still not answering my question.
That shows that there's sympathy for
the issue with that he did lie to them. That's true.
All right, so where's the smoke?
Where's
the smoke for the side girls? Where are people calling out the side girls? Where have you seen these side girls get called out on the phone while these people are interviewing them and them giving up a whole bunch of information? Do you notice all the and look at the information that side girl gave Tasha K. Yo, I've been in this house. Yo, I saw the pictures. Yo, I saw this. I did this. I knew this. I knew this. I knew that. Tasha K at one point didn't sit back and say, yo,
fuck them in the car with the baby seat.
Huh?
I said, fuck them in the car with the baby seat.
Yeah, you knew. You knew.
Even when she went and got the divorce and he tried to stop her.
They can cake up by being home wreckers.
What do you mean cake up? What do you mean?
They can cake up. Look at. All right.
I don't know. What does it mean?
They get praised.
No, wait. Obsidian, it's a generation thing. Obsidian don't know what cake up mean. I don't either, tell the truth.
They get praised. That's what it is. They getting praised.
They getting what?
They getting praised.
Cake up means praise?
Yep. They get praised.
So you would have to show me. So again,
I'm old.
Bernard made a good point.
I'm an old.
Praise and sympathy is different from not mentioning an indifference. So you would have to show me where these ladies are getting caked up and praised. Where are they getting praised?
In the media.
Okay, name the sources.
All right, so show me a man that can say, yo, I slept with somebody else's wife. I got all the tea and stuff like that. When August Alsina did that with Will Smith, what did we do? Exactly.
August Alsina and Will Smith. So you're not giving me instances of other ones.
You can't cake up as a male home wrecker.
How about
you can cake up as a female home wrecker?
How about this? Nicole Murphy was caught cheating with Antoine Fuqua. Where in the media was Nicole Murphy bigged up for that?
No, I'll say because how she looked. We can say Antoine probably got the better out of that deal, but nobody cared about Nicole Murphy like that.
So, but wait a minute. But you just
already washed up.
But you already said that black women.
He still ain't caked up though.
Well, hang on a second. You already said that black women get sympathy. Yes, that's what you said. That was your argument.
Yes.
So you're telling me Nicole Murphy ain't black?
They didn't get down on her because of her looks.
What is it about Nicole's looks that matter here?
It does matter. They're not gonna go in on her.
Why?
And
here's the thing with Nicole Murphy, she has a repeated history of being a home wrecker. She's like
everybody will remember Derrick Jackson's story way more than they will remember Nicole Murphy's story. And those women are not gonna get painted as home wreckers or none of that stuff, even though they knew that man had a wife. They knew that he was off limits and stuff like that, and they still chose to do what they did with him and and hold it against him to expose him.
But let's put it this way though: just because they don't want to spend their energy attacking the side chick, they put it where at the source is. Derrick chose to cheat on his wife. He chose to misread the way he did.
Yeah, he was
But all the
wrong.
energy would be on
But
Derek.
those women know. Those
Right.
women
Exactly.
know that they
But
can do
even
that.
though
and
the,
won't
even
have
though
to take
those women know
responsibility for that.
What I'm asking you is, Kuda, is that for evidence that supports your argument, and I gave you a sterling example, and by your own admission, you said that there was no blowback. Nicole Murphy has a demonstrated track record of being a home wrecker. She ain't new to the dance on this.
Look at her. She looks like a home wrecker.
And the other women don't.
She'll destroy a whole bunch of
And other women don't look. So what's the look of a home wrecker then?
Shit, I'll fuck my house up for Nicole Murphy. What I'm saying is this: these bras don't get look. Tasha K did a whole show. That whole show was "Ooh girl, I got the tea." "Ooh girl, I got the tea" don't turn into "Damn, that's fucked up." "Damn, you knew." "Damn, you wrong too." "You just as wrong as him." It don't turn into that. It turn into money. That girl can go on a whole press tour and get paid by content creators to come on their channel to give up exclusive information about Derek Jackson.
Okay, so where has that occurred then?
Because she can take up because he's.
You know, I'm gonna give a perfect example.
She can take up because he's fucked up, but she doesn't get called out for being fucked up also.
And you know, I can give a perfect example.
Hang on. You said that she can go on do press junkets and get paid. Okay, fine. So we'll use Candace De Moneros. Where has she shown up and gotten paid, gotten over like a fat rat as a result of this? Where?
Some women are dumb. They just don't know how to flip it into money. I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah, I can actually give a perfect example. Who's that chick that cheated with Lamar Odom? That was best friends with one of the Kardashians and stuff.
Hell, Kim
Salva T.
destroyed what you call it, Kanye and Amber Rose's relationship.
Tristan, whatever her name was, yeah. And she
women get rewarded for being home wreckers.
Yeah, you should be able to give me clear and present examples of cash and prizes going to women that are home wreckers in Black America.
This happens all the time. It's not. It's taboo. It's no stigma.
You should be able to cite some easy examples.
Okay, it's a non-black person. What about Marilyn Monroe?
If I can take someone's wife and get money off of it and start writing books and shit, there's endless books of bitches that done home wreck, that done screwed half of hip hop and did all kinds of shit.
I can give you another perfect example of that. Corinne Steffen, super.
Yes. Somebody put it in the chat. Tiana Trump.
Right, so where did Corinne Steffens get paid for being a home wrecker? I want to understand this, because my understanding is that she made her claim to fame.
They was married.
She made her claim to fame a different way.
But still,
it's a whole industry.
They were married.
You got Karen Steffens, you got Black China, you got a whole slew of bitches that did some ridiculous shit and got paid and compensated well. It's called blackmail. Hey, if you don't want me to come out and tell your wife and all these other people, blah blah blah, I'm gonna need some type of payment. They get paid on the back end. Only you hear the story when the nigga's like, you know what, man, fuck this. I'm not paying you no more. I already sent you 50 grand in a Mercedes Benz.
So are you saying that Derek Jackson was blackmailed?
Oh, you never know. He could be. I mean, that might come out later if he write a book or some shit.
But that was not the whole argument Kevin Samuels was trying to make with Derek Jackson not paying the cost.
But to say I didn't know this man didn't have a wife and kids and all this.
You gotta pay the cost for that.
I'm not familiar with what Kevin Samuels said. I can tell you what I said.
Like that,
I can tell you what I said. I said that if you're going to go that route, if you're going to go it goes against the Obsidian Code for be doing all this stuff. But if you're going to go that route, then the first rule of a mistress is discretion, and discretion costs money.
Exactly, yeah. And Derek didn't, you know what I'm saying, pay the cost like that.
How about this? Why is it that so many black men have side chicks and don't either they don't understand that or don't want to accept it? Why?
I don't know. Let's see. TNBN in the building with a super chat. He says the women isn't the bad guy. Derek Jackson is, because she couldn't get with him unless he wanted to get with her. Thank you for the super chat, though. Appreciate that. Laro in the building says that's what you get for dealing with somebody's husband. Oh man, it's all in the game. Shout out to Laro. Appreciate the super chat. Andrew Wilkins in the
consider it a source, right?
Shout out to Laro. Andrew Wilkins in the building says Kuda may be saying the side chicks got sympathy because we don't see comments of women blaming the side chicks. Yeah, somebody posted Tasha K's comment section to those videos. People weren't going in on the side chicks, and that's a good sample of women responding to the incident. There's a campaign on social media by Black women because of this case saying all men cheat now. All right, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point too, Bernard, because if you want to tell me, and we talked about this the other day with Dr. Umar when he made that a similar point. If you want to tell me that Black women writ large don't look good because of the relative muted silence that they have about these mistresses, I agree. But that's different from saying they got sympathy.
But he got outed by a stripper.
That's why I said indifference. I think
that stripper
indifference
got sympathy.
Oh, you're talking about Umar. Yeah, the stripper got
that stripper got sympathy.
No, she didn't. I remember when that thing. I remember when that thing broke out.
They went in on
she got a lot. She got a lot of work, man. As a matter of fact,
I didn't hear about the work.
It was so bad. It was so bad that she turned down interview opportunities and everything because a lot of guys wanted to go in on her.
No, that's because Umar got a little bit of plug. The thing is, when you are a guy, all right, this is the thing. This is what y'all gotta understand. People that got high or should have a certain level of status in society, they do the most craziest shit behind doors, i.e. preachers, teachers, policemen, firemen, judges, all these people that got these high things in society. So of course if Umar gets caught out there with a stripper, they're gonna go in on him. But on the back end, stuff gonna come back down on that stripper. Like, okay, you know what this dude means to society,
right?
Why you know what I'm saying? Why are you outing him to try to get a book deal or whatever you're trying to do? Even though if you look at the text messages with him, he wanted it.
Right.
That's what he wanted.
So
it depends on how that guy did something for his community.
This is where I do come down on it with DJ Kuda about this. What this situation, I'm talking about Jackson now. What this situation really shines a bright light on, and it goes back to the whole, Kevin Samuels argument about high value men don't cheat, they exercise options. Listen, ladies, you can't have it both ways here. You can't say on one side you don't want your high value man going nowhere else, but on the other side you got these home wreckers and you ain't saying nothing either. Now, which one is it?
No, but see, the thing is why I say it's sympathetic is because the home wrecker could actually come out and seem like it's a victim. And the reason seem like they're a victim. And the reason why this is because of the whole culture of, tell your story. That what she did. All right. The reason why she comes out as a victim and she comes off as a victim, oh man, is this. When you come out and you tell something that has shame around it, what they do instead of shaming you, they praise the courage that you had to come out.
Yeah, I get your argument.
You're properly compensated.
I get your argument. Argument, and I see your point. I agree with you on this point. Again, going back to Kevin Samuels' argument, Black women can't have it both ways here. You are right about this. Black women can't have it both ways. You can't say you want this high achieving, apex Black man to be only faithful to you, but at the same time, you don't take our home wreckers out to the woodshed publicly where Black men can hear it. You can't have it both ways.
Number 16 in Builder Super Chat, he says Obsidian is being deliberately obtuse and is trying to find any way to win the argument, no matter how shit it is.
No, I'm not trying to win an argument. See, that's your problem, number 16. I'm trying to refine the argument, not trying to win one. I'm trying to get better understanding on something. See that there you go again. Not trying to listen to understand.
David Johnson, the asshole, in the building with a $20 super chat. He says, I can answer that. If the sisterhood was true to the cause, they would have shamed the Black women who slept with their sister's husband. But they instead chose to blame the wife. the victim for being too plain and wearing a bonnet.
I agree. And see, that's what I'm trying to get at. See, I think the argument about sympathy was bad. What David is saying is correct, especially in light of Kevin Samuels's exercising options argument. You can't say you want your man to be faithful to you and you alone, but then you don't say anything about the home wreckers, and then you go after the wife because she got a bonnet on. Which one is it?
Well, see, this is the thing. This is why I tell dudes, if you get caught cheating, just get rid of the relationship. Don't unless if you can repair it, but don't go to therapy, because all three of them niggas need to go to therapy, and the therapist's not gonna be able to handle all three of them niggas. The woman that home wrecked, the wife, and the dude. Because there's a lot of jokes in about when a guy cheats, he goes elsewhere to go look for happiness. And there's a lot of truth in that. You know what I'm saying? He goes elsewhere to go look for happiness because nobody really realizes that, the wife. All right, see, the side girl gets the real dude who he wants to be. The side girl gets the real dude, but the wife knows the real dude. You see what I'm saying? And you got a lot of women out here that's how they prefer the date, because when they date dudes that have women, is no face, no case. For example, I used to date a lawyer, and she used to sleep around with a lot of the dudes that that went to school with her or that's now currently in her law firm and stuff. And she would notably want to be the side chick. And she would tell me some of the stuff that she used to do. And one of the craziest things that she told me was that she would get him to take a picture of his wife's shampoo, the perfume and stuff that his wife uses and stuff, so she could start to use that same shampoo and perfume and stuff so she could go undetected.
Oh, Derek Jackson, that was his tactic. He bought the same perfume that his wife used. Per the story, he bought that same perfume. He bought that same perfume for the side chick so they can smell the same. So
they'll either hear the same color and everything.
So this is why I'd be telling some guys, you know what? Y'all need to be straight direct with women, even the ones you going to commit yourself and marry to. If you want to be what I learned from ARC, natural monogamy and arbitrary monogamy. If you want to be natural monogamy, just be straight with your woman. Yo, I'm only monogamous towards you because I choose to be at the time. But if I see a woman I'm sexually attracted to, I'm going to explore it. But I'm just letting you know.
I mean,
all this cheat argument going behind the back and all that mess.
The dude is straight and direct with the side chick.
Exactly.
Because,
that's why because
they allegedly know a situation. That's why. The person he needs to be straight. The person he needs to be straight and direct with is his wife. But the thing is that his wife been around him for a long time. She's not going to accept straight and direct.
The reason why all of this is confusing. Hold on, I'm going to have to cut you off because y'all keep cutting me off. Right, so the reason why this is always confusing is because you believe that these women really care about a man cheating. Fuck.
Low, what the hell is going on there? Low end theory in the building with the super chat says women are strapping on with each other, complaining about men not getting them off because they're getting the plastic pleasure. We kind of talked about that earlier, how the toys affect some things, can affect a thing or two.
Hell, even the woman that's on your thumbnail, that Danielle Bregoli chick, she was caught up in some home wrecking shit.
Old man want you to describe what water tastes like. Shout out to that's what Silent Lamont says.
How white are you?
No,
go ahead. No, I just said, how white are you?
And Silent dropped. I wanted him to all right. I'm running out of spit and I didn't sleep last night. I don't got too much else to say on this topic, and so we can damn near do final closing words. And I think Old Man just got a premiere dropping right now. So So yeah, I'll drop the link to that premiere in the chat. But I'm pretty much done here. Mel, you can give your final words, final say, final thoughts on the conversation.
My thing is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What with the Derrick Jackson situation? What he was talking about, or just
It's final words. It's whatever you want to talk about,
well,
man.
This is my thing. Is like, yeah, you know, I'm sorry. Do go somewhere else. I don't really have no final thoughts. I'm sorry, but no.
All right, well, no.
But thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Go ahead, Kuda. You got it.
With the Derrick Jackson thing and the home wrecking and stuff, y'all go look up a young lady that goes by the name of Selena Powell. You can kind of get a idea for what I'm talking about. They can get podcasts, book deals, TV shows, all kinds of stuff for being fucked up. And cheating is kind of like a scapegoat thing. Y'all watch out for other people in the manosphere doing content on this Danielle Bregoli chick and how she made all of this money in a short amount of time, and see if they're pro tricking or not. And peace, love, hair grease, and yeah, we out.
Right on. All right, the link to Obsidian's premiere is in the chat, but I almost made it through. Shout out to the Kid and Ron87. Those are my two newest Patreons who just signed up. I'm actually taking this one down for real. I normally say that, but I end up putting it back up if the views are just looking good, or if the thumbnail is cute. I'll end up putting the stream back up on YouTube. But this one I'm taking down for real. So this one will be on Patreon. If you missed it, you can join the Patreon and check it out. But shout out again to Ron87 and the Kid. Those are my two most newest Patreons. I appreciate you. Obsidian, go ahead. I'm gonna skip you. I was about to hit in stream. Oh, hold on real quick. David Johnson, the asshole back in the building, says it's all purposely done, manipulation done by women, but men still think it's a logical disconnect, the virtual hamster wheel chasing our tails. Right on. All right, Obsidian, your final words.
Yeah,
get out of here.
No, I think that Kuda does make a point, as badly worded it as he did, but he does make a good point though, that the home wreckers have not been called out by Black women who are very aware of and plugged into and very facile with social media. And it does say something. Now that Black men are, in the mix, so to speak, it's going to be very important for, there's this idea among a certain stripe of Black woman, right, that says that they're not going to be vocal about these matters. They're just going to be quiet, and the Black men will find them. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. That's not how America has ever worked. You got to make some noise in the United States. Black women are very good at making noise about everything else. If they're serious about the idea of having a man being faithful to them and them alone, they're going to have to make some noise about this. They're going to have to put some of these sisters out on blast. And brothers, and DJ Kuda does make a point in this sense, brothers are watching. And you're not saying anything. Brothers like DJ Kuda will interpret that not just as indifference, but as you giving tacit approval to home wreckers, ladies. If you're not willing to call them out on the carpet publicly, that's how a lot of guys are going to read it. And they're going to say, yeah, I do what I do. Because you really ain't all that serious about it. You stay with guys who cheat on you, number one. Number two, you don't have anything to say about the home wreckers and side chicks. So again, this comes down to, what are Black women willing to do here? What are they willing to do? There is no easy way out, ladies. You don't get out of this without a couple scars. You got to make some choices. You got to make some trade-offs. Which is it? And that's it.
All right. And like I said before, I didn't even sleep last night. I'm out here running on fumes. So I am out of here. Peace. Yeah, we out.